Hello. It's 1 a.m. I just got off work. I'm a hot mess. Bear with me, but I had something on my mind that I felt like needed to be shared before I lost it. So, hi, buddy. He's missed me all day. So, I'm coming up on my first year in business, right? And if it's taught me nothing else, owning a business for a year, it's that we're gonna die one day. Everyone's gonna die one day. Might be, I am one day, everyone else is, and it's not if, it's when. It might be tomorrow, it might be in a year, it might be in 70 years, okay? But you have to live your life like it's gonna be tomorrow. It's thinking about what's happening right in front of us and what the people around us are doing, and it's constantly us comparing ourselves to everyone else and thinking, wondering, concerning ourselves with what everyone else thinks of us, and it really, really just doesn't matter. And people are so concerned. People are so concerned with what you're doing all the time, and I think the kind of feedback you get when you run a business is that everyone thinks that they know what your business needs, and they just don't. Like, no one that's giving me advice sits there as often as I do thinking about what's the best way to do this, how am I going to make money, how am I going to make a better product, how am I going to reach more people. It's the same thing in business as it is in life. We spend so much time trying to, do what everyone else is doing and, green things that you have to understand that what other people think of you or what they think of your business or whatever you're doing for work or any other part of your life is none of your business. Anything anyone else is thinking about you is really what they think about them, if you think about it, okay? Everyone sees their world through their own filter, right? So whatever kind of glasses I want to have on today and I want to look at the world through, I'm projecting myself and what I feel and what I think onto whatever person or situation that I'm analyzing, right? So when I first launched my business, when I, come out with new scents and things for seasons, when I came out with my first whipped candles, my glow-in-the-dark candles, like, my thought was like, wow, I wonder if everyone's gonna think I'm gonna fail, maybe everyone's gonna hate this, maybe, when I went and I left my full-time job so that I could run my business, I was like, when I went to go tell my boss, like, oh, I'm leaving my job here, but I'm, the follow-up question is, oh, well, where are you going to work? And it's like, well, I want to go work for myself. That was a very vulnerable feeling for me, and every time I said it, and it still is a vulnerable feeling for me, but it was vulnerable because in my head, I'm like, oh, they're gonna think I'm an idiot or that I'm gonna fail or whatever it is that I think they're gonna think, and that's not what anyone said to me. But really, when we feel that way, it's coming from, our own fears. So I was projecting my fears onto what I thought other people were gonna think of me, and it's just really not the way it was. You have to be able to approach your life and think, wow, I had this opportunity here, I have a chance to do something, I know in my heart this is what I want to be doing, and you have to be like, well, this might be the only chance I get, I might not live tomorrow, who knows, So you have to be willing to take that risk on you. You have to be willing to take those risks on yourself because no one else is going to do that for you. No one else cares as much as you probably think they do. The amount of weight you're putting on what other people think of you or in the way you're making your decisions, you have to make sure that it's aligned with how you feel and what you want, because no one else is putting that much thought into how they feel about you, okay? Who gives a fuck what anyone else thinks, what anyone else's opinion is when you go after what you care about, because it's none of your business what they think of you. It really isn't. So I'll end my rant, but I honestly, please take a look at yourself, and if what your actions aren't aligned with the things that you care the most about, make a change. Take a risk, because no one's going to do it for you, and it is tragic. And I understand fear of failure, but you're gonna fail anyway if you don't. I may have been in business for a year now, but my business could still fail. I could lose everything I've put into it, and it happens to people, but if I never went after it, if I never tried, then I would have never learned. And you know what? If my business fails, knock on wood, then I learned how not to do it, right? Now I have something to grow on. Now I have somewhere to go from there. But at least I know that I tried, and I know I'm working toward something that matters to me. Failure isn't the end all be all. Failure is you learn something, you learn how not to do it, and now you are better prepared to attempt it again and do it better, to do something that really matters to you. So I'll stop here, but please take that to heart. I don't want to see anyone not following their dreams when it's, you can only get this one life. I'm not saying it's easy, but do you ever just sit there and just think about how insane it is that we're here on Earth? Like what crazy odds had to happen for our planet to exist and for us to exist on it, and for all these millions and millions of things that we had to get lucky to have happened for us to even be here. It's amazing. And if you're not looking at your life as the miracle it is, it's a tragedy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I hope you take a second to think about it. Just appreciate that we're here, and while you're here, you might as well live your life to the fullest.